welcome once again. Today we are going to talk about very interesting and unique feature of Playwright, that is how to limit the number of failures in the test automation suite execution. What does it mean? Suppose we are executing a suite of 100 test cases, and as soon as we encounter number of failures equivalent to some threshold value, we are not interested in executing the test cases anymore, meaning we want to stop the execution. So that's why we call this particular feature as fail fast. And how we can relate it? So generally when we perform testing, I'm talking about manual testing, at that point of time when we receive the build, so we have some suspension criteria defined that if we encounter these many bugs, we are not going to test the build. So this particular feature is similar to that particular suspension criteria. So we are defining the threshold, which is like a suspension criteria, that if we encounter these many failures, we don't want to proceed with the execution of test cases. And as a result, we will avoid wastage of resources. How to configure this particular option? So there are two ways. One way is we can pass it during running the test cases using npx playwright test and --max failures, and whatever the threshold that you want to define, you can define it, or you can configure it in playwright.config.ts. So this would be applicable globally. So we will discuss both the options and how it works for this particular example. As soon as number of failed test cases reach the count of 10, so test automation suite execution would be terminated and rest of test cases will be skipped. Right. So now let us understand by the practical demonstration. For that purpose, I am going to this particular test automation framework. Right. So let me collapse everything, and I have playwright.config.ts, which is the core of this framework. Under test, I have three modules. One is checkboxes, failed test cases, main. Under checkboxes, I have checkboxes.spec.ts, and there I have two legitimate test cases, and these are going to pass because these are legitimate test cases. Similarly, if I go to main, here also I have one legitimate test case which is going to pass. Then under failed test cases, I have added three dummy test cases which are going to fail because I have added one condition, expect true to be false, which is never going to be true, and as a result, these test cases will fail, right? So let us first try to execute all the test cases or entire suite, right? For that purpose, I'm going to right click on the project, and now I'm going to execute the entire suite. For that purpose, I'll be using npx playwright test, and it will run the entire suite. So if you will notice, running 6 test cases using for workers. So we will soon discuss about these workers concept in the parallel execution video, right? So it is executing the test cases. So all 6 test cases will be executed, right? All 6 test cases are executed. Now report is getting published. So we will see that under failed test cases module, all 3 test cases got failed. Under checkboxes module, both the test cases got passed. Under main module, the main one test case got passed, right? Now let us talk about max failures, or let us define that particular max failure configuration, right? So for that purpose, we'll have to simply use --max failures, right? And let us define it as 3, and let us run the entire suite once again. So let it execute. I'll show you something from the console and then from the report as well. So you see, we got interrupted, right? Test was interrupted and result is also published. So if I go to the report, here you will notice that testing stopped early after 3 maximum allowed failures. So failed test cases, all 3 test cases got failed, and this was the threshold, that is 3. And checkboxes module test cases got executed. Maybe they would have got executed prior to this. Then if I go to this skipped section, here we will see that validate this particular main module, right? Main module test cases are skipped. Why they are skipped? because the reason mentioned is test was interrupted. If I go one step back, it is saying testing stopped early after 3 maximum allowed failures, right? So this is one way how we can configure it, right? Another way is the recommended approach. We'll have to define it in the configuration file, right? So we can define it globally, right? So max failures, and let us again define 3. And this time we want to pass it in the command. And let us see if it behaves similar. So if I show you this particular thing, it is again saying interrupted, and if I scroll up, test was interrupted, right? And if I show you the report which got generated now, this was the previous report and this is the new report. Again we got testing stopped early after 3 maximum allowed failures. And if we go to skipped, again the main module test case got skipped, right? So this is how we can stop the execution as soon as number of failures reach a threshold value, right? Now what are the benefits of this particular feature, right? Let us talk about them. Because we might be executing test cases against a dedicated machine, we might be executing them against a pipeline. So pipeline might be utilizing a container, a dedicated EC2 machine, so we can avoid wasting those resources because build doesn't look stable. And as we have detected it early, so we will be able to send it back to the developer and they would be able to fix it, and it's like a faster feedback. This is what we want to achieve in industry. Talking about utilization of resources, so I'm talking about human resources because the testing team won't be spending time here. They might be looking into other activities, as well as the pipeline resources or machine resources can be utilized for other pipelines or other usages, right? So this is how we can use this particular feature